once again to the White Flag Podcast. My name is Joe McNeil, and with me is the certified butterfly wrangler, Scott Andrews.
The key is to be quick. You should... Ooh.
I don't know if that...
You do it with cupped.
Oh.
So you don't hurt them.
Okay.
It took me a little while to learn that part.
Yeah.
For a while, I was the butterfly killer.
He's been exonerated of all charges, so
yeah.
It's fine. We are going to tell you about all of these wonderful Capstone games today because the month of May is Learn to Play with Capstone Games. So last month we did Thunderworks games, showed off some of those. We had some good times. People came out. We gave away a couple copies of Role Player, which was awesome. But this month we're going to be featuring some of these, and starting with tonight, we're going to do Wandering Towers.
Yeah, so Wandering Towers is a really fun game. It has very interesting mechanics and what we like to call good table presence. So as you can kind of see in the box, you've got these tower sections, and they're actually 3D cardboard sections. Everybody has their own color wizards, and the key is to try and get your wizards into Raven's Keep. The twist is as your wizards move around, they're being covered by the other towers, and when you move towers on a space, you move the entire stack, and if you aren't paying close attention, like I never do, you will actually lose track of where your wizards are.
Yeah.
So you'd be kind of unsure. There's also the Raven's Keep tower that moves around the board in an interesting way. Just a quick blurb here from like the official thing. Each year, the graduating classes of Raven's Realm Magic School compete to demonstrate their mastery of magic. For the final exam, all the wizards of each class must assemble at the legendary Raven's Keep. But every last one of them has procrastinated, distracted by learning new spells.
Yep.
They've also used potions. They can't show up unprepared with empty potion bottles. Help your wizards get to Raven's Keep Castle as quickly as possible. Using their magic, they could even move the very towers atop which they stand to get there more easily. But how can they refill their potion bottles along the way? Well, here's a little secret. Trapping wizards allows you to capture some of their magical essence in a bottle.
Right.
This one is a great, really fun. It's not a hidden role game, but it kind of becomes one as everybody's trying to remember whose wizards are where to trap the right wizards. Very fun, very lighthearted, easy to pick up and play. It plays fairly quickly, too. I think we got through like a 4-player of this in like 30 minutes once we knew how to play.
Yeah. Plays up to 6.
Yeah, super fun. This game runs like $45, so it's not super expensive. Great art on it. I can't say enough good things about this one. Me and Joe have both played this one a lot of times. Very good entry for Capstone.
Yeah, it's got a couple little mini expansions and some things that you could do to spend your potions on during the game, and you're using cards to kind of move either people around or towers around. But yeah, like he said, the real strategy in it is remembering where your guys are.
Yeah.
Because those towers sometimes get stacked up really high, and your guy might be on like level 2 and level 3, something like that. So it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
But that's what we're going to play tonight. We're going to show that off if anyone is interested. Next week, we are going to be doing a pagan event, which sounds really, really, really scary.
No, we like the that kind of aesthetic. Like, we love the Arkham Horror stuff.
Yeah.
We've played some really cool games that take place like during the Salem witch trials, and this has that feel, and the art.
Yeah.
Let me tip this box up for you. The art on this is just gorgeous art.
And this is a playmat for it. It's a 2-player game. It's an LCG style game, so you see some of the packs laid out up front. You're getting what you pay for. There's no blind packs here. We do also have organized play kit, so when we want to do these events, we can hand out free cards. Those have some foil stuff in them, some alternate art, that kind of stuff. We've also got some upgraded components on there. But this is a 2-player kind of asymmetrical game, and it has a little bit of hidden role in it, kind of in the same way that Stratego does, in a weird way. So the pagan player is a witch trying to cast a spell, and then the villagers are trying to stop that. So one person is the villagers, one person is the witches.
And you got a witch hunter and a witch.
Yep. So you've got different characters laid out, and you're kind of investigating which one might be the witch to try and stop it, and the witch is trying to move some tokens around to basically get it to where that person has enough of what they need to cast the spell and win the game. So 1v1, very cool. Also has kind of some Netrunner vibes a little bit with how that works. But I like it a lot. We got to demo it a little bit at Gamma, but we're excited to kind of run events for these, which we might do every once in a while with some of the stuff that we've got.
And if you are interested in Pagan and you want to champion this and maybe run Pagan for us, please get in contact with us. You guys know our emails.
Yeah.
We're always looking for people to run a new game for us. This one has a great organized play. You get these packs with like foil and like alternate art cards. In the future, they're talking about like big tournament kits where there's like even more prizing. But as you can see, there's already a lot out for it. Gives you a lot of variance in your deck building. But it's really cool. You've got like villagers up here that the witch is trying to cast a spell on and sacrifice. And the way she does it is she's putting action tokens on different villagers. And as the witch hunter, you're trying to deduce who is the villager that she's actually going to cast a spell on by the way she's putting out those tokens. Very, very cool. Very intuitive once you get into it.
Yeah.
I know like a lot of LCGs, it looks like a lot in the beginning, but once you kind of get down the iconography and the flow of the game, very, very fun game.
They've had a couple successful Kickstarters, and it's done pretty well. We're excited to get this to the table. So that will be next week, so May 10th for this. The week after that, May 17th, we're going to be doing Arc Nova.
Yeah, so Arc Nova is a huge hit from Capstone. Anybody in like the hobby board game world has heard of Arc Nova. They may have played Arc Nova, but Arc Nova is a game about building a modern zoo. And this goes a little bit more in depth. You're not just trying to build a pen and put an animal in it like in some easier games. In this one, like you've got to build the science behind the zoo. You have to have vets. You have to have a culinary staff. You have to have administrators. But the core mechanic in the game, you have a set of 5 action cards, and that is kind of what you do to manage your gameplay. But not only do the action cards do different things, but where you put them out in front of your player board and what slot will help determine what that does. You have a cards card that helps you get your zoo cards, which can be like animals. It can be sponsors. It can be new project cards. You have build cards, which allow you to build enclosures, kiosks, that type of things. You have an animals card, which allows you to accommodate animals into your zoo. That's when you're like moving them in. You have the association card, allows your association workers to carry out different tasks, so that lets your workers do like administration tasks. And then your sponsor card, it allows you to play more sponsor cards into your zoo that help you raise money, because you've got to have money to keep the wheels turning. It has won so many awards. I can't even list them all. There's a huge page of them on here.
Trying to see if there's sometimes the games will put.
Yeah, I don't think it's stamped on the box right now. But it is a heavy euro, but that is why we are doing a Learn to Play. If you are intimidated but you've been interested, you can come out. You don't have to worry about reading through the rule book. We will teach you how to play the game. You can come out and enjoy, and then if it's for you, we'll have a copy on the shelf, maybe a couple copies, and you can pick those up.
Yep. Now, May 24th, the week after that, is the Memorial Day weekend. That weekend, we're doing our first ever puzzle tournament. We'll talk about that probably a little bit more either next week or the week after. But
we also have our Lorcana set championship going on. So that's going to be a real busy day for both of us. Joe will be running the puzzle event. I'll be running Lorcana. So we're going to take that week off from Learn to Play and just give us a break to run those tournaments. And that way we're not bleeding into when our Learn to Play would be.
Right. Gives us a little bit of a breather after
But
that.
with that, we still will have open board games. We will still have pizza. The whole 9 yards. There'll be plenty of room out there to play games and come have fun.
So then, after skipping the 24th, on the 31st of May, we're going to do Butterfly Garden. This is Rainer Knizia. This is a very fun game. If you've played Suro, it's a little bit like that, but instead of trying to stay off the edge of the map, you're actually trying to guide butterflies into your specific sections. So you've got two or three different sections on the board, and everyone is playing hexagonal tiles down so that the butterflies are going in different paths. Each color butterfly scores a different point. This particular copy has, there was a free expansion that we got some copies of, so that's taped to the box here. If you want to pick that up. This game is only $40, but it's a lot of fun. Plays in about 30 minutes, 2 to 4 players. And as you are going, the pins, the little areas that you're sending the butterflies to, usually have two different colors. So it might be, if I'm the blue player and he's the yellow player, if I send a butterfly there, we actually both end up getting a copy of it to score. So it's kind of a weird, you're working together a little bit, but you're also like trying to score more points than it.
Yeah, if you, I believe the game was called Indigo, was a very similar vibe where you are trying to get stuff to the outside of the board. But literally, if you can lay down a tile and follow a path, you can play the game. It's another one that is
reading involved.
Yeah,
it's pretty
super
easy.
simple.
Good for families, I think. So we're going to show that one off. Oh, we did forget to mention during the pagan event. Again, no sacrifices or anything will be done during our pagan event. I should just say pagan Fate of Roanoke event.
Yeah.
That kind of makes it seem less sinister.
It's better.
So with that, we are going to be giving out copies depending on how many people show up. All of these events, these Learn to Plays we're doing are free. It's just something we do for our community, and the partnership that we're doing with the Mooresville Library this summer as they do renovations and they can't do a whole lot of things. So we kind of teamed up with them to do some extra stuff like this.
Yeah.
But if you come out during Pagan, Fate of Roanoke, you might win a copy of that after you do some demoing and things like that.
And one more thing while we're on Pagan, we didn't mention the base game box is a 2-player box. So you and a buddy can split that box and, you both pick one of the sides. Or if you want to be able to play, the witch or the witch hunter, then you get one box for yourself, and then you and your friend can play and switch back and forth.
Yep. And each of the different expansions is a big box. There's 4 little ones. You can check out the Kickstarter. It goes into a lot more detail on what's in those things. But it looks a lot of fun. We're excited to do that. But anyway, Capstone Games, we love them. Clay, we've known Clay for a good while. He's the guy that runs Capstone, and he actually has a board game shop in Cincinnati. So one of these days we're going to get down there and check them out and talk to him for a little bit. Maybe sometime this month, actually. Might be fun to do. But anyway, we're excited to do Capstone Games this month. We're trying to pick publishers that we know have a good reputation of solid game line, and we definitely know that Capstone is that way. They have a lot of other games in their catalog. They have Terra Mystica, they have Gaia Project. They have the rights to that stuff, so they've got a lot of really good
Pipeline is another one that was very well received.
Yeah.
They're always putting out new stuff. We were really surprised to see Pagan because they haven't done an LCG before, but their Gamma presentation, they are fully behind it.
Yeah.
So,
and the art's great. I love the comic booky art. It looks like kind of the 90s or maybe independent comic book art, which I'm kind of a sucker for.
Yeah, some of the older Capstone games were very heavy Euro, and the art kind of reflected that. They've really come a long way. All of these games on the table are beautiful.
Yeah.
You can see it in the box art. But yeah, these are a great selection of their games. And it's always fun for us to do the games where we know, the people behind the company. We have a relationship with them. So that was Thunderworks, and then now Clay with Capstone Games.
Yeah. So we hope that you come out on Saturdays when we do these. These are always going to be at 6 o'clock. Pizza and board game starts at 5. So if you want to come get some free pizza, show up at 5. We've got that going on. And then this will start up at around 6 to learn these games, and it's all free. So if you're looking for fun, inexpensive things to do in town, come check us out on those days. But we'll be talking about some of the stuff more, the puzzle tournament and the other things that we've got going on as the month progresses. But we hope you're having a fantastic summer, and I hope that you get to see Scott in his 2-piece bathing suit at some point.
The pieces don't go where you think.
That's he just critical errored me, I think. I don't know.
I broke him.
My brain couldn't process that. But
He was picturing it. That's why.
I totally was. But yeah. So don't play any of these games in the pool. Come to your local game shop, learn to play. And as Scott mentioned, if you want to run games, let us know. Because like Scott and I do a lot here for running events and stuff, and it would be super awesome to have other people helping.
We're running the shop, we're running events, we're running 3D prints, we're running
Yep.
a lot. So it's always nice when we have somebody that we can depend on to be a great champion for a game that can be work really well with the community,
Yep.
teach people, welcome people in. That's what we're always trying to do here is build communities around these games. 40K is a great example. It went from Solomon being very passionate about 40K. And I mean, when people walk into our shop and look at our 40K rack, 4 or 5 people from our 40K community are welcoming them in, talking to them. If they're new players, they're like, hey, you can use one of our armies.
Yep.
And that's what we always want for our communities that built around these games. It's just a welcoming atmosphere where you can come, get away from anything outside. We all have those stresses in life. And you can come here and just relax.
Yep. We've got the space. We just need the people.
Yep.
So reach out to us if you're interested. Other than that, I hope you have.
Joe at White Flag Games, Scott at White Flag Games.
That's right. This is White Flag Games.
Yeah, that's what we do.
We'll see you guys later. In a butterfly garden, butterfly kisses.